Hey, I'm meteorologist Bobby Deskins. Tropical update today, and of course we're going to talk about now Hurricane Joaquin, and it is strengthening. Finally got rid of the shear that was coming in from the northwest, and you can see in the last 24 hours, watch the outflow start to build. You see those clouds building out like that? That's an indication that the shear has gone away. The center, which was out underneath, not underneath the convection, is now.
All right, guys, welcome to the podcast. I am Matt Detling, two-time champ, 1 and 3.
And I'm the Detonators Tonto Bull 6 champ. Detling, where are we?
We are in the eye of the storm, Brian. You are lucky to be here. I have graced you with the presence of none other than Hurricane Joaquin.
Is that why I heard some man screaming in the middle of that?
Begging for mercy.
Who was that?
Craig Kubisik. Sucked him right up in there and he couldn't get away.
I think I heard him screaming, Antonio! Save me!
I think that's what I did here. I think I heard it. And then I heard Michael Vick, and then he was like, "No, not Ron, Mexico!" And then, so yeah, he swallowed up, and we spit him out. And he was and we spit the loser out of the eye of the storm. And Hurricane Joaquin is strengthening, so look out for the rest of the league. Because here I'm coming.
Usually it's all talk, it's all hype, and then lands fall, and it's like a tropical storm. Whoop-de-doo.
Now this is a Category 5, Brian. This is like a Stage 5 clinger. This hurricane is going to get bigger and bigger as the weeks go on, and there's going to be bigger additions to it, namely Roethlisberger and Dez Bryant, and then it's going to be like a full-on flooding tsunami.
You know what breaks up hurricanes?
What's that?
Mountains.
Mountains?
You're staring into a mountain right here. It's called Mount Detonators.
Mount Detonators. All right.
Right now we look like a valley.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can just flow right through that thing.
Right now a deep valley. But we're going to rise up, and that mountain will stare straight into the eye of the storm and defeat it.
Well, we'll see what happens, Brian. We'll see what happens.
All right, let's get out of the storm.
All right. Let me get our little pocket out here. We'll pause it.
I don't even have a poncho, man.
That's $5 at the gift shop.
I know.
Okay, sorry.
Unfinished business. Well, Detling, I got some unfinished business, and it should come as no surprises with you since we're playing this week. And I went back and I listened to the audio from our preview podcast, the video cast of the year, and I'm just going to play it, and then we'll respond. So here it goes. All right, I hope that we actually got this entire video under an hour and a half. It's probably over an hour. This is the last segment. We're going to do our predictions for the year, and we each have two, right?
Yes, only two.
Two predictions. We don't know what they are. My first prediction, and it happens to be about this guy right here, and my prediction is that he finally comes through and only plays one of his running backs against me, or he doesn't play one of his running backs, and let's see here. He's going to probably start... obviously Le'Veon Bell, and then he's also going to play, let's say, Marshawn Lynch, and he is going to lose, and he's obviously the difference will be on the bench, and when he would have won, and he'll try to hold that over my head forever. Oh, I'm going to beat you, but he didn't. So everyone in the league will laugh at him, and he'll still barely make the playoffs.
Wait, barely make the playoffs?
Hey, that's my prediction.
Okay, all right. So your predictions.
So there it is, Mr. Detling. That was my prediction, and clearly one part of that can't come true unless you make some crazy trade for Lynch by, like, this weekend. But what about the other part of my prediction? Will or will that not come true?
What was the exact words of the prediction again?
That you will only play one running back against me, but you can still use somebody in the flex, and that you will leave one of your running backs on the bench, meaning that one of your running back slots will be open.
All right. I was also called out too on this chatterbox we called Yahoo. It's not even Smack Talk. It's like one big jumbled mess. Yeah. Somebody Smack Talk, so I got to scroll up 20 times to find it.
It's a bunch of cluster F.
Yeah, it's garbage. Cluster Fs. Yeah. You said let me see here. Oh yeah, Craig said that gets a chance to pretty much put you away next week, B. If he's a true man, he'll sit his running backs though. And you said, we already know that Detling's fantasy word is worth all talk, no action.
This is kind of like a little bit of, oh no, he didn't. If we had one this week.
Right. I got you. So, all right. So you said
Craig basically is dissing both of us right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a twofer right there.
It is a twofer.
Craig is a cheap bastard, and he's all about the 2-for-1 special.
He wants to get two digs in with the price of one.
I mean, Craig takes you to Eaton Park, somehow he's going to dine and ditch. And you're going to be stuck there. He'll have like a 3 Eaton Park breakfast smiles. All you'll have is a glass of coffee, and Craig will, I got to go use the restroom. He'll just be gone. He'll be laughing.
He's going to order the midnight buffet, one, and then he's going to bring you back like a muffin and maybe some grapes. You know?
Muffin. Yeah, what a cheap bastard. Muffin and grapes? Jeez. Have some of the chili. But anyway, all right, so I don't even remember what I said. There was 2 running backs with 1 back. We're going to negotiate here. We're going to make it 1.
Oh, okay. Meaning that you would drop one, right? Like not
I'm
drop
not going to. Yeah, hell no, I'm not dropping a running back. I don't have enough to go around. I'll tell you what, since we don't know if it's 2 or 1, I'll negotiate. I'll let you pick the running back, not Le'Veon Bell.
Obviously.
I have Ronnie Hillman versus Cleveland and Amir Abdullah versus Chicago.
This is live, and
so
the only reason he's doing this is because they're both garbage.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Abdullah
Cleveland
is a dreamy running match, and Abdullah is playing Chicago. These are both actually prime real estate running matches.
Yeah, but Abdullah just fumbled last game. He got benched. Let's see here.
I just want to do this because I'm tired of you guys trying to shove this in my face. So we're going to do it. We're going to see what happens. If I lose, I lose. And I'm probably going to get knocked out of the points thing as well. So there goes $35.
All right, how many points did Hillman have last week?
He didn't have much. Both of them didn't have much. He got hurt, actually.
He got hurt? So he might be out anyway.
Oh, he tweaked his groin.
Okay.
Or tweaked his hand. He got 3.6.
And
Abdullah got 1.6.
Wow.
So, those are your choices. And only because this year it's only week 6 week 6.
Yep, week 6.
And it doesn't affect me like other years where it was like the end of the week.
This is like Christmas, by the way.
Yeah?
I feel like it's like Christmas. I choose for you to sit. Amir Abdullah is going to get catches if he gets anything. Pretty much. And they're probably going to be throwing. Cleveland has been very, very crappy against the run, even though they're supposed to be good. So I say sit Ronnie Hillman.
Sit Ronnie Hillman?
Yeah.
All right, guys, you heard it here first.
And he is doing this live on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. So you guys can all shut the hell up. Don't want to hear this anymore.
And it's going to suck if I lose this.
Yeah, let the record show the other 2 times I should have taken the running backs out. I did beat Brian. And I didn't need him anyway. Josh Hayward knows this. He's mentioned it a couple of times.
But he never actually did it. It's all talk. This is actually action.
It's actually happening.
Hey, I will never bring this up ever again.
Good, you better not.
Unless I win.
Unless you win.
No, I mean, it's going to suck if I lose because then you'll have that to hold against me forever.
Yeah, but I even took a slot out. Like 10 men versus 11 or whatever we have.
One hand tied behind my back.
So there you go. There's your what do you call it? Smack talk, your unfinished business.
Now it is finished.
Consider it finished.
Now, I think that this deserves a little recognition because this is historic. I don't think anyone has willingly benched a player in our league that I know of just to basically say I can beat you with one less player.
I know.
Which is what you're saying.
I am. I feel pretty confident about it. As long as Steve Smith comes back, Ruben Randall comes back, and Eddie Royal maybe comes back if Randall can't come back.
Now, for the record, you're not drunk.
No, I'm not. That's my actual state of my team right now. The healthiest third receiver I have is Ty Montgomery, who scored a touchdown, by the way. But
I saw.
It was originally planned for me to put Eddie Royal in, and then, which, might I add, continues the consistent week-by-week injury of my team.
This week?
The week before, I picked him up to play, and he got an ankle issue, and he didn't play.
Wow.
So, and that allows you to get Marcus Wilson.
Well, you know what? I think I paid for all of that when Jamal Charles went down.
Yes, I was going to bring that up. That's karma being a bitch. You definitely got smacked in the face by karma right
The
there.
gods were like, who can we get to officially cripple him for the rest of the year?
Yeah, it was like, not only are you 0-4, we're going to make you 0-5 and kill your best player.
And lose by 2.
Yeah, and lose by 2. So yeah, I think that speaks for everybody wishing injury upon other people's players. Karma will come and get you.
Yeah, it got me good. Now, just to be clear, if let's just say hypothetically that Steve Smith doesn't come back and Ruben Randall doesn't come back, you're not just going to turn around and be like, well, I have to play my running back now.
No, I will not. I will
All right.
stick by my guns and I will fire.
I love it. I love it. All right.
Go
Anything?
Andy Dalton.
Good luck, sir. Dude, is it the playoffs already?
No, sir. I wish it was. Because I'd be in them and you wouldn't.
You're going to remind me about that all year.
Probably.
But I'm not out yet, so I still got 2 losses. Craig thinks like one more loss and I'm out. He's like the king of mathematically, out. And it's like he should know better that I need 7 losses to be out.
I believe math was Craig's weakest subject in high school, so definitely was not a good business person.
Maybe I should count up my score. Maybe I actually won.
You might redo it, stat corrections.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Maybe I'll send it all to Bigler. He'll count it up.
Bigler would love to count it up. He's keeping up with my team, that's for sure. Every week it's a text of, did we crush him? Did we make him our bitch? Are you sexy or what? Woo woo.
Someday he'll be back in the league and it'll be beautiful.
You guys who haven't had Bigler in the league will not know what hit you.
Gags will love him.
Yeah, you want a hurricane. That's gonna be a hurricane. Hurricane Bigler is gonna knock you out. I'm ready. I'm not ready for it. He's most fiercest competitor. He knows what's in my brain. It drives me nuts.
Yeah. He can get under your skin too, man.
Yeah. Hey, I once did a trade and I got Michael Crabtree when he was with the 49ers, and I thought I was good to go to make the playoffs and to push myself ahead of everybody else. He saw it and he went to Tree Sice. And this is when it was the Patriots and Randy Moss, and it was like 50 touchdowns that year. He calls me, like, I think an hour later, and he goes, hey, saw your trade. I go, oh, did you? What do you think, Crab? And he's like, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. He's like, I made a little trade with Tree Sites. Why don't you go on the website and see? I said, all right. And it was like he traded Donald Driver and Marion Barber for Randy Moss.
Wow.
So he then had Larry Fitzgerald and Randy Moss as his receivers. Back when Larry Fitzgerald was the freaking man, and like the 23 touchdown catching Randy Moss that year, and then I called. I was like, you got Tree Sice to take that sorry piece of crap trade? Hey, yeah, Tree Sice thought it was good, the 2 for 1 or whatever it was. I was like, you gotta be effing kidding me! And then he just laughed and laughed and laughed, and then he was like probably the greatest fantasy team that never won that didn't win the championship. He went to championship and lost to Pyro, I believe.
Basically, like the Patriots, whenever they should have won their undefeated year, and
Right, and he still talks about how he's so mad that he should have won. I think that actually that put him into retirement. I think he quit.
wow, that's incredible. You can remember that exact trade.
Oh yeah,
Donald Driver, Marion Barber. Those are names that people don't even think about anymore, especially Marion Barber.
Well, at the time he was good though.
He was.
And I believe Teresa went. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, Craig. I think he went to back-to-back championships and lost.
I can't confirm or deny that. Craig can probably check it out.
Yeah, he'd have to check it out and bring it up on the recording.
There you go.
But yeah, we're here to talk about Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah, you mean actual football,
Actual football. The
not
Steelers.
fantasy football?
No. Well, maybe a little bit. We'll tie it in.
Yeah.
But the Steelers versus the Chargers. What a game!
Unbelievable. I mean, the first half was kind of a snoozer,
Yeah.
7-3.
You're kidding. I was in the doldrums. I was begging.
Yeah.
I was like, "Come on, freaking Michael Vick, run the ball! Just run the ball! Do something! Pass to anybody but freaking Antonio Brown."
And the first drive was incredible for me just because I'm Phillip Rivers, as everybody knows. And going down, I think he threw like 4 passes, 3 of them to Gates, 1 for the touchdown. He had 12 points in like the first 3 minutes. And I'm like, wow, this is unbelievable. I'm going to win this game.
It was bang bang chicken and shrimp.
Nice. Good one. I said that during the first podcast. You didn't even know what it was.
I didn't. Oh, that's actually it's Chris Polk saying.
I know it
Oh,
is.
you said okay.
I said that, and like everyone was like, "No, I said it at the draft, and nobody knew it."
Well, I didn't watch Hard Knocks before then.
Oh, okay.
How'd you know that was a saying?
I watched Hard Knocks.
Oh, you're ahead of the game.
I was. Anyway,
How come you're ahead of the game at the Hard Knocks, but you're not ahead of the game in the draft? Jamal Charles, end of the season.
anyways, back to the game.
All right. Hey.
Yeah, it was one of the best football games I've seen in a long time. Back and forth, probably 3 or 4 lead changes. Phillip Rivers looked unstoppable except for the touchdown return. Michael Vick looked awful the entire game except for that
awful.
one long bomb.
Oh, yeah.
And right before he threw that bomb, I think Craig said something to the effect of, "Oh, a couple more crappy passes from Vic, maybe a couple to Antonio Brown, and I've got a chance at this."
Right,
and
right.
Seconds later, it was just like,
A rollout bomb to Marcus Wheaton
Yeah.
for a touchdown,
Yeah.
and then this is all that you heard.
"Was that you?"
That was me knowing I had sewn it up to win. Craig went down in defeat, and there's nothing sweeter than beating Craig at his own game. I'll take Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, and whatever other receiver it is, and I'll win the whole freaking league. Well, now it's not going to happen.
It's true because somebody's got to throw to him, and I know as soon as that pass happened, I checked the chat board, and I think he just had it was either shit or fuck, some 4-letter word.
It was the F-bomb.
It was the F bomb,
Yeah.
and Craigie knew his fate was sealed for the night.
The last time I heard him say that was when Jimmy Crick took Matt Ryan ahead of him. So he couldn't get the Matt Ryan to Julio Jones connection.
Yeah, twice in 1 year.
Yeah, that's rare. I like it a lot. And we all know, I mean, first of all, I shouldn't even won this game because I was dumb and I didn't play Andy Dalton versus the Seahawks. But, I mean, still thought it was a good move until he went off for 60-some points. And, then I thought Michael Vick, he's got to be able to get me something, right?
Yeah.
And it took 3 quarters of football for him to actually do it. But it was a miracle.
It was because up to that point he had done nothing. Marcus Wheaton has done nothing the entire season up until that point, really.
Yeah.
And to see that 70-some yard bomb, that was a beautiful thing because you knew the Steelers, other than Le'Veon Bell, they weren't going to get any other offense. So
How about the moves by Le'Veon Bell?
yeah,
That guy is straight. I mean, he is straight venom, lightning quick.
Yeah.
Cut on a dime.
it's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he does it. 2.9% body fat. Man's in the best shape of his life.
Yeah, and he's got incredible vision, incredible patience
He's the best running back in the league. No, not even arguably.
by a long shot. I mean, we could put it up for a vote.
We could put up for a vote,
I
and I don't really care what everybody says.
Wide receivers, it's a little bit. There's a debate there, but I don't think running backs. There's a debate.
Nah, I don't think so either.
Jay would probably say Devontae Freeman.
No, I'm sorry, Jay. Yeah, 3 weeks did not constitute being the best in the league.
Yeah.
You had 2 years of being crap, and I don't think it's gonna last. That's a whole other thing we can talk about with Devontae Freeman. But no, Le'Veon Bell is the man.
Yeah, he won that game. I mean, obviously, he literally won that game with the last play, and I applaud the Steelers for that call because they knew they'd probably lose it in overtime, or there's a good chance that they would. And I heard on the radio that if they would have gotten stopped with a second left and they got a timeout, they would have done the same thing over. They wouldn't have kicked a field goal, they would have went for it again.
Really?
Yeah, I think Antonio Brown said that on a radio show or at the post game.
Wow.
So
Well, I mean, it was the immaculate extension.
yes, which is a great phrase.
It is,
Loved
it
it.
Now I've watched Le'Veon. I've had Le'Veon Bell from his rookie year. It's my last year with him. I'm enjoying the crap out of him.
Oh
You know,
God, please.
Just like Randall Cobb, I watched him grow to superstardom.
Save it for next year. Save it for the podcast.
Next year because I won't.
Well,
yeah.
no, save it for your video tribute.
My video. You're pretty good. Yeah, you damn well know I'm going to be video attributing to Le'Veon Bell. It's going to be longer than 15 seconds too. It's going to be a minute.
Can't wait. Can't wait till he's on my team.
No, because then he'll get hurt.
That's true. He's been hurt on your team. He started his career hurt.
Well, yeah, but not for the whole year.
Yeah. Any other comments on that game? Antonio Gates was a beast.
Rivers was a beast.
Yeah.
Scares the crap out of me.
And he scared the crap out of Jay, which I loved. And I truly thought he was going to come back and win that game. And the Steelers D actually stopped him on that drive and forced that rookie kicker from the MLS to put one through the uprights, and he did it. So
Do we have any idea what team he is from the MLS?
I can't remember. They mentioned it, but I can't remember.
I was talking about this last night. Phillip Rivers must absolutely hate Michael Vick. Not because he beat him in the regular NFL game, but he's like a devout Christian. And he's got like 6 kids or something. And here comes this guy strolling onto his field. He killed like tons of dogs and just a terrible human being. Before maybe he realizes his mistakes and stuff like that and spent a year in jail. But I just can imagine Philip Rivers, what he would have the trash talk and have to say to him. And his sons are like, Daddy, why did you let the dog killer beat you? Or something like that. He has to go home to that. So next time, I don't want to see Philip Rivers in the playoffs. That guy's going to murder us.
Yeah. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Yeah, dogs. Dags.
But yeah, that was a great game last night. Loved that the Steelers won. Hurt that I lost by 2 points. Philip Rivers doesn't deserve that pick. There's so many ways I could have won this game. And Jay probably says the same thing if he would have lost because he left a lot of points on his bench. But I played the Steelers D, which you never play the D against a quarterback. But if I had, I would have won the game. But it's all hindsight.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's all hindsight. So
I commend Craig because he played Cincinnati D over Seattle D. And
that's tough.
surprising.
It's tough.
Yeah, because I thought Seattle was going to win that game.
Yeah. Did Cincinnati get more points?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so either. But still, they probably get outscored by much.
Nah, I think on Yahoo it was like 19 for Seattle and 13 for Cincinnati.
Right.
So, but I don't know what the total
Might have
projection
been closer
points
to
were.
like 3 or 4
Yeah.
difference. But
pretty
that's a bold move.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
Craig is like the Bill Belichick of our league.
Yep, he is.
I could totally see him wearing a hoodie all day.
One more thing, Dowling, for unfinished business. It's worth pointing out again that this is being recorded on a Tuesday evening, and we normally do it on Thursday, right before the games start. But we know that people really missed Craig's video cast last week, so I assume he's not going to be doing it again this week. So we figured we'd get something out early so people have something to listen to, to get over, that
Right.
middle part of the week. So what do you think about that?
Well, he's got that hangover from Disney, and he's also got the real hangover from losing the game last night. So
After that, he probably had to hit the bottle hard.
yeah, he's got to be a little depressed. Sure, he went in and he got his bottle of Vladimir that he probably bought from the local store in Winburn, maybe Congelco's. And he probably was like, I'm not doing the video. It sucks. I don't want to do this. So we understand, man. It's all right. We'll put the show out.
We already know.
Really?
We already know that there's one little chink in his armor that Ryan Matthews. Remember, he didn't play him the one time because I guess he was out drinking the night before. He didn't wake up in time, or
Right.
he was a little fuzzy and completely missed that play, which Craig never does. He
Yeah.
never does. He's slipping.
He's slipping. I'm starting to think Craig is the alcoholic of the 12 of us. No sippity bippity boppity for me anymore. It's all about Craig and his boozing problem. Which is great because I really was pretty drunk. So I love that you guys saw. I knew Bean. I love when he put the things to this all day. This please.
Yeah, maybe we need to get Craig on the show, do a little intervention.
Maybe I might be able to help him. I'm the ex-drunken leader of the Cougars, and I'm also the ex-drunken commissioner of the Tonto's Demise. So
You're the perfect man.
I am. I'm good for rehab.
All right, we'll see what we can do.
Trade time, trading guys, excellent.
Wow, it's getting better and better.
It's getting better. Huh? We should go to concert. Say JE.
Stan said he could book a Rivers Runs Through us at Stage AE.
Stan said that.
Yeah, he said he's going to get us started doing a couple of local shows in Wimber. We're going to play the local theater circuit. He's going to get us down at the Arcadia, and he's going to get us all the way up to Stage AE. He told me and Jay this face to face.
Really? Do you trust a promoter with hair plugs?
I trust Stan. I think he can pull it
Trust
off.
I don't know. I think Stan could be very devilish.
Actually, I don't trust him at all because there were only 3 people in attendance at that show. It was Stan, Kevin Bean, and his wife. And Jimmy and Gags, but they had to because they were sleeping there. So
Wait, Kevin Bean's wife was at the performance?
yeah, you didn't know that.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
You mean he brought his wife to the concert?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Good.
So-
I mean, definitely good credit that goes out to Kevin Bean. He has some creativity as far as dates go. Honey, I got
Absolutely.
this great concert. I got front row seats to it. Is this a hair salon?
And we gave him a wash and set before he went over to Rizzo's. And then when we got over there, we ate Craig's balls.
Oh my gosh, it just sounds so wrong.
Bring that up every week.
Yeah, definitely. I am a little disgusted right now. Did
Hey, you missed out.
Did Kevin Bean's wife throw her bra up on stage or anything like that?
Not that I can remember. There was a lot of screaming. There was a lot of chaos. I mean, Beatlemania had nothing on us.
Get out of here,
From what I
Beatlemania.
understand, he offered his balls up on a platter, right?
Greg offered balls on a platter, dude. He wasn't even there for the concert. He was just, I heard it from Rizzo's.
Yeah, and I remember Bahorik called me right before we went on to start the show, and then he wanted to chat with me for like 10 minutes. I'm like, come on, we got a show to do. So I had to like pretty much hang up on him. Anyway,
What was your encore?
what was our encore? Undone, the sweater song.
What was the first song?
What was our first song? El Scorcho.
Was it El Scorcho? Yep, it was El Scorcho.
And
Bold.
it sucked.
Did it suck when Jay couldn't hit the notes?
No, it was my guitar playing. It was bad.
Oh, man.
we were just not in sync. So
If you were in sync, the story would be a whole different.
you would have loved it.
I would have. I would have been doing the Justin Timberlake dance. Bye, bye, bye.
All right, so we are doing trade time.
Sorry, yeah, trade
Back to
time.
Trade time. After
Not El
5
Scorcho
minutes.
time.
And I really didn't think we had a trade, but we went and checked the waiver wire, and sure enough, there was one more trade, and it wasn't Gags for the first time. But Gags will probably have one more trade before Thursday starts, before the
Apparently there was
games.
6 trades. I didn't know. I thought we only had 3.
Yeah, I didn't realize it either. But
They must have slipped that one underneath us.
how many transactions do we have, by the way? Is it
I thought
12?
it was 16.
I hope it's 16.
Maybe we doubled the trades and made it 12 moves.
Well, maybe Craig can address it if he does a video cast.
Oh, I see why you hope it's 16 because you already have 10.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to use one this week for sure. I mean, I'm going to go down swinging.
Well, if you drop Charles, I believe that doesn't count as a transaction.
That's true. Yeah. I have one extra move.
Yeah.
Who was it in our league that said like everything? No, that's my other league. Somebody said every injury should count as an extra transaction. No, it's only if they are injured for the year.
For the year.
Yeah.
So screw that.
Anyway, we have Gary Barnage leaving Dub C Hooligans and going over to Crick's team, and he's sending the other way. Who did he send over?
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota. And my first reaction was, this is probably the best trade Bean has made in a long time.
I mean, yeah, he's getting rid of Gary Barnage. He's capitalizing on a tight end who's like 30-some years old, just came out of nowhere.
Right,
Made
3
a
great
fantastic
weeks.
catch, by the way, last week on his butt.
I couldn't do that.
Not a million tries. I couldn't do it either. It's just like those guys that like shoot the basketball 7 different ways from a cliff and with a Riley car going exactly 20 miles an hour, the velocity and all that other stuff, and they figured it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't do it. So, but yeah, Bean got rid of him, got a quarterback because he desperately needed one.
And that's huge. Whenever you can pull somebody off the waiver wire and turn them into like solid value, like
Yeah.
it's incredible. I don't even know if he used a priority, like waiver wire priority, to pick up Barnage. I'm not really sure. He didn't draft him, did he?
Barnage? No.
I didn't think so. But I need to double check everything now because clearly
Yeah,
I
you should
butcher
double-
it.
Yes. Well, now I clearly see that Jimmy Crick does not have a backup QB. He to get Barnage, and this just looks like for a bye week actually because he's Jason Witten, and Owen Daniels doesn't catch passes anymore apparently.
No way. That is not just for a bye week. He's going to play Barnage over
You think he is?
Witten. Yeah, if he continues. I mean, he's had 3 weeks of over 20-some fantasy points.
Let me look here real quick.
Yeah, trust me, he does. He has a touchdown, I think, in the last 3 weeks.
He has more points than Witten.
Yeah, I would keep Barnage in there. And, at first my thought was like, Bean, hold on to him. Maybe you can use him, but he's got Gronk, and the only way you're ever going to use him is put him in the flex.
That's true. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find up. Here we go.
So, Bean, I mean, nice trade. Props to you. Hats off.
So no more Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
You go with Marcus Mariota. And let me see here. Looking at the this season again. Let me look at the points here. Where's he at?
Mariota did have 1 week on the bye already, I think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
And he has 8 touchdowns and 3 interceptions to Stafford's 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
Wow. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Mariota, I think already has bye.
Yeah, although Stafford does have more complete. Well, I probably think it's probably the better move. It's a good move for both of them.
Yeah, because Stafford's on an extremely short leash right now.
Yeah.
I think if he does, makes another couple bad throws in the next game, they're going to bench him. So
Yeah, he doesn't want to get that not having the credit for the quarterback that goes in because you have to be injured.
injured, right?
So
right.
I don't think good trade. I don't think there's any trade rape.
No rape. It looks like a consensual.
This is a second trade rape free weekend. Oh man, what's going on, guys? You guys are getting smart.
Well, like I said, Gags hasn't made his trade yet. I mean, AKA the Bull.
The Bull, stupid. Give yourself a nickname. Lottie freaking da.
It's working though. It's actually sticking a little bit.
Yeah, the Bull. Let's talk about the Bull's haircut that he just got.
I saw that.
Does not look good despite all the comments on Facebook, sir. Grow back that hair.
I mean,
Or shorten that beard.
yeah, I mean, Stacy's mom Wanda didn't even like that photo.
Wanda doesn't like your photo. You're in trouble.
So, anyways, good trade. Maybe there'll be a few more before Thursday.
I'm still waiting for that infamous Craig Kubisik trade rape trade.
Yeah,
I know he wants that certificate back.
he does, and he's definitely looking to get a running back. So I'm looking for him to rape somebody soon, and it might be Jimmy Huber.
He said rape. He didn't say trade rape.
Okay, sorry, trade
Different.
rape.
That's
It's
different.
implied.
I could definitely take an audio clip. I'm looking for Craig to rape somebody soon. Play that for the police, and definitely that's bad.
Quote out of context.
Yeah, out of context.
No, let the record state that I don't think Craig is an actual rapist. Only a fantasy football trade rapist.
Yeah, not the fact that Craig has that long hair and that bushy beard looking thing going on in his hoodie.
Yeah.
That can definitely look rapey.
Rapey. Great.
And the fact that while it is a cool hat about the Muppets, the Mayhem hat,
Oh, yeah.
was it what's their band name again? Maniac Mayhem. Crap.
I have
I
no
can't remember.
idea.
Fudge. But that's like one of those things like lures people in.
True.
Like, oh,
True.
he's wearing a Muppet hat. There's nothing wrong about him. Nothing dangerous. And then boom, he gets you.
Boom, you get you, and you don't have any Lacey on your bench anymore. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh wait, that was me last year.
Oh,
Sorry, Gags.
Sorry, ridiculous. You rode that to the championship.
I did. It was great.
I didn't even know you were in the championship.
And by the way, I just want to point out, speaking of trades, since we only had the one, DeMarco Murray finally showing a little bit of signs of life. I think he had like over 100 all-purpose yards. Did he have a touchdown?
I think he did actually.
Yeah. So he's coming to life, and I think that it's going to help him out big time down the stretch.
Who has him? Gags?
Gags, yeah, he got him off of a tree.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gave him up really quick. That's
Yep.
surprising.
Yep. And I think that was a good move.
Well, I mean, we'll see. Tree hasn't lost yet, so it's amazing.
We'll get to that later.
We'll get that later. Okay.
This week's matchups.
Nice job, Detling. That was awesome.
All right, guys. The first matchup of the week: the Mighty Midgets versus the Rook with the wild card.
Double.
That was so stupid. And then Mighty Midgets, where Jimmy is known for verbally abusing his little son. Obvious from the picture. I believe I see spit hanging off the guy's face mask. I don't even know what your son plays. Probably plays kicker or something. How'd you miss that freaking field goal? But anyway.
Do they kick field goals in midget football?
I mean, honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know what midget football is. Like, is it tackle? Is it flag football?
It shouldn't be called little people football.
Well,
Come on.
yeah, it should be. There should also be a reality television series about it too.
I agree.
So, like, the little quarterback marries the full-size cheerleader.
That would be huge.
Oh, wait! You didn't correct myself saying no. I didn't mean a fat cheerleader. I meant like a tall cheerleader, and then you went and took it across the line.
Unintentionally.
Yes, those are always when they're the best. Anyway, back wild card, Brian. You're a wild card. Back to the matchup. This looks like this is gonna be a pretty good one. Actually, we got a 4-1 versus a 2-3. Jimmy's fighting for that 6th and 5th playoff spot, as Craigie said. I always like to look at the teams, and we know about bye weeks are coming into play here. But Thursday, he still has Matt Ryan going versus New Orleans, and we know those are always shootouts. And we got Mikey over here trying to think that Jay Cutler is going to go crush him at Detroit. Could be right. Beckham Jr. dealing with a possible hamstring injury. Same with Alshon Jeffrey. But Jimmy Crick has picked up the Willie Snead, who's known to wear a Goonies shirt underneath his pads.
Is that right?
And is known as One-Eyed Willie.
Wow.
Yeah, One-Eyed Willie Snead.
That's cool.
Yeah, his treasure is the end zone. So he's got Eddie
Something
Lacy.
Brandon Cooks knows nothing about.
Yeah, and Bean's nodding in agreement. Yep.
He found it one time.
One time. That's terrible. But yeah, he's got a great team. Just made that fresh trade for Barnage. Who knows what he's going to do versus Denver? Von Miller's out, so he might have some room to actually catch passes. And like you said, DeMarco Murray's available on Jimmy's squad. You got Sanders, Johnson, and Beckham.
That's gags.
What did I say, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Sorry. Jimmy wishes he had all three of those guys. Mike Gaggs said it. And you got New England versus a high-powered offense with Luck coming back here. But the one thing I like is Jay Cutler versus Detroit defense. I'm going to take Jimmy here to upset the Rook.
Wow. I thought you said you liked Jay Cutler.
I do like Jay
Okay,
Cutler,
okay.
but I also like everything that Jay Cutler represents is actually organized chaos
Okay.
and unorganized chaos at the
Yeah.
same time.
I am actually going to agree with you on this one. I don't think that the Rook's going to have enough to get this done. I mean, Calvin Johnson has gone really cold. I mean, just like the rest of Detroit. And Beckham Jr. might be a little bit banged up.
Winter came a little early.
What's that?
Winter came a little
Came
early in
very
Detroit.
early, yeah. And they're 0-5. Wow,
Yeah.
I wonder what that feels like.
Cold.
Oh, wait,
as
I know.
cold, as cold as the girls I hit on at the bar.
But yeah, I mean, Gaggs got a solid team. He's got Gurley on the bench, which he came to life big time in the last 2 weeks.
Disgusting.
Yeah, he's gonna be incredible.
Until he hurts his knee again.
Yeah, but until then,
Not wishing that upon him.
no, because he's walking such a fine line. The ice is so thin, he can't afford anything else. But Eddie Lacy, he has not been used very much lately. I know a lot of the owners are a little bit upset, but I think that they're going to start using him more and more. That's their plan all along. So I think he's going to get a touchdown.
You know this well.
Yeah, yep. I think Snead, he's going to be still hot, the hot receiver, the hot look. Allen Robinson, what did he have, 2 touchdowns last week? I think he gets at least another one.
Penn State connection there between Jimmy and Allen Robinson.
Yeah. And the only thing that worries me is that it looks like Jeffries isn't going to play, which means he's probably going to have to put in Rashard Matthews or Shane Vereen.
Yeah.
Probably Rashard Matthews.
Yeah. Which is a shame because Latavius Murray is on the bye week.
Yeah.
Which we should note if Gurley is on the bye as well.
True. So we're both going against the Bull.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the week that the Bull is killed.
Yeah.
By what's the guy with the red cape? What's the thing called? Starts with an M.
Matador.
Matador.
Yes.
Jimmy Crick in a Matador suit. That's what we'll leave you with.
All right, the next matchup we have Chips, my boy, on a 3-game winning streak, coming fresh off the win against me. FC Bahork, 1-4, the only win coming against me. It's a good close matchup. Right now the edge is to FC Bahork by like 4 points. Looking at the lineups, I'm really, really glad that I didn't have to play Jay whenever he had Peterson and Ivory in there. That would have been brutal, I think. And he finally is putting Bradford in the starting quarterback position, and he got lucky because he got away with not playing him last week. And because, as he knows, Palmer was way too efficient, most efficient quarterback in football. He probably had like 3 touchdowns on 10 passes, something crazy like that. And let's see, on FC Bahork's side, Breeze is back to life. He's looking good. Demarius Thomas, Keenan Allen, Stevie Johnson, decent receivers. He's got Vincent Jackson on the bench, but he's hit or miss with Jameis Winston. I'm going with Jay. I think he's going to continue his hot streak. He's got a formidable lineup. You can't ignore Devontae Freeman anymore after like the first game. Yeah, it's nothing. Second game, nah, you can't do it again. Third game, wow, it's incredible. So he keeps on getting well over 100 yards, touchdown every game. So I'm going with Jay, and I think FC Bahork he'll probably stay in 10th place. Because who knows, Jimmy and I probably won't win again. What do you think?
Ouch. Well, looking over these teams, it looks like they both should compete with each other, but as we know, that's never the case.
Yeah.
Breeze, yeah, he's coming along, and I still just don't believe in Bradford that much. Even though he's got the Bradford, the Matthews connection. It's all about, for Jay, it's all about the running backs. Peterson,
Yeah.
Ivory, and Freeman. Ridiculous running backs.
Yep.
Scary.
Craig remembers that.
Craig, yes, he does. But Freeman, how does he do it? I just came with 3 weeks. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
Is it going to be 4 weeks? I mean,
think
versus
so.
New Orleans, it very well could be, right?
It probably will be.
Could get some. He's probably going to catch a lot of balls out of the backfield too, and I think probably the second straight week that he's out. His points are projected to be higher than Le'Veon Bell's, which is even more incredible. But Bell is still the best back in the league. Green Bay versus San Diego. You're hoping they don't do well, but I disagree. I believe they will do well. They're going to have. I think San Diego is going to be in a funk from that Steeler loss.
Nice pickup on Green Bay D, by the way, Jay. I mean, that proves that sometimes you don't even need a great D to start the year. You just need to see which one's going to play well in the year.
That's true, and it also proves that Jason's actually paying attention this year because, as we know, sometimes once Jason starts to lose, he does not give a beep.
Sometimes it seems like he's sleepwalking.
Yes.
And cheering on his brother.
And cheer, yeah, always. Well, can't blame him for that.
Yeah.
And Justin over here, he's got Demaryius Thomas, who hasn't been able to do much because of that inefficient arm of Peyton Manning that only got you 29 points, Craig. And
I think 24 or 5
20
the week before.
yeah, he's
50 points in 2 weeks.
not looking good.
Wow.
Yeah, so Craig is in trouble there, and with Ben Roethlisberger, but not about Craig. It's about Bohoric and Jay. Bohoric has Keenan Allen and Stevie Johnson, 2 San Diego receivers. Kind of crazy. The rest of his team, I don't really need to speak about because there's not much to preach. It's gonna be a tough one, but I see Jay squeaking it out, going 4-2 here, and probably putting Justin to 1-5.
Our former champ. Wow.
Yeah, first to worst.
Could be. I mean, Jimmy and I, maybe we win a couple here and put Jet back in the basement. Wow.
That would be crazy. It
Yeah.
could happen, though. I mean, so we'll see. Justin can still prove us wrong.
Yeah, he started the season just not really wanting to play fantasy football, even before like the first pick, because Jordy got hurt and he was already down in the dumps, and I guess he knew something that we didn't know. He could just tell it was going to be a bad year.
He felt it. There was like a dark cloud. He's like the Charlie Brown of fantasy football right now. Just the rain, wherever he steps, the rain comes, the cloud follows him. C.J. Anderson. Oh, man, it's not C.J. Spiller.
Yeah, the 2 CJs.
Yeah, it's not helping him at all. Next matchup is the Raritan Pups versus Springfield Isotopes, both coming off losses. So Craig is reeling. Apparently, he is not going to play Antonio Brown. He has no faith in Michael Vick. We don't blame you.
No. Although, when you're playing Golden Tate over Antonio Brown, that says something. Like, for this year.
Well, Stafford is a better quarterback than Vick. I mean,
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
he has a strong arm.
And Tate did have I was looking at, how many targets he had last week. It was something crazy, close to 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which
Well.
Brown probably won't have 20 targets in the time that Big Ben is out.
You could be right.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary, especially with Arizona coming into the town.
Yep.
Great defense, great cornerbacks. So we'll see. Well, Jimmy over here, he's got a lot of people on the buys and stuff going on, but we know he'll fix it.
Yep.
He's going to put probably Andrew Luck in at quarterback. Got to put Marshawn Lynch back in and replace Fred Jackson. And Colston is doubtful, so we're thinking Mike Wallace.
Yeah.
But it could be somebody else. And he's got Philly D versus the Giants, so that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Jimmy Graham versus Carolina could give him a couple points. And maybe the vaunted Jeremy Hill will resurface against Buffalo.
You hope.
But looking over at Craig, he's still got Peyton Manning. And Julio Jones should go off against New Orleans. Hopefully, I have him in other leagues, so James Jones should be able to do some damage too. And Jarvis Landry, if they can get things together, should be a PPR machine. And Seattle versus Carolina could be a good matchup with Cam Newton going crazy lately. I believe they're unbeaten. I'm not sure. I have to check that out.
Who's that?
Carolina.
They are.
They are still unbeaten?
Yeah, 4-0.
Oh, wow. Well, good for them. And it's in Seattle. That might be a different story.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to pick Jimmy to
Wow.
upset Craig,
Wow.
mainly because they
Is that
entered.
a heart pick?
It's not a hard pick. It's Andrew Luck versus Peyton Manning, and
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
Andrew Luck's going to have to throw it a lot
Yeah.
versus New England, and I think Marshawn Lynch is probably going to run with a head of steam because he's pissed because Rawls has done well for 2 weeks.
That's true.
And he
Try
wants
and get
to-
his job back.
Yeah, he wants to remind everybody who Beast Mode is. And he's like, I carried you to the Super Bowl, bitches. And the reason he lost the second Super Bowl is because he didn't use him at the 1 yard line. Remember that. And interesting note is, if nobody has noticed Craig's little picture, that is the Hell Goat of Jersey.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yes, that was on Yahoo, so Craig stole it and put it up there. So it's a little,
What is the Hell Goat of Jersey?
it's like a little, like a wives' tale in Jersey
Wow.
about like the devil being there. The Jersey Devil is what they call it.
Interesting.
So, but yeah, I pick Jimmy.
You know, I thought that was a crazy pick until I realized, until you gave a little bit of an explanation there. Peyton Manning, this could be the third week in a row he doesn't get 30 points, which is just crazy to even say out loud. But Cleveland, they may be able to just run all over Cleveland, not need Peyton Manning that much. The only people on his lineup that really scare me are Julio Jones, James Jones a little bit, just
Yeah.
because he's back with authority. That's the only thing that scares me. I mean, Seattle D could put up some points, but then when you go over to the Pups, this could be their breakout week. I hope that Luck finally comes around. He needs to, coming off an injury, reestablish himself. Like you said, Lynch could have a good game. If Luck gets back, Moncrief could have a good game too. So I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring matchup. Probably in the 140s, 150s, but I'm going with you. I think this is the first time we've had three picks exactly the same, but I'd say Jimmy. And yeah, it's not a hard pick either. I just think that he's going to have the right pieces put together. And I think maybe, I don't know, maybe Craig's going to put Nile Davis in. I know that he's not going to be the guy getting the most looks, but I think he's going to get his fair share. I think it'll be 50-50 to start, and I'd probably play him over Andre Williams, personally. So that's just my thoughts. It's still Tuesday, so he might make a change. All right, the next matchup, we have the defeated Detonators and the 4-1 Huber Squasher, currently sitting in, second place? No, third place. This is a matchup you always want to win, and Craig thinks that this is our rivalry week. It really isn't, and Delling will say because he beats me all the time, which will not happen this year. Looking at my lineup, I don't really like to do that very often these days, due to injuries, due to players that just haven't performed, you name it. Anyway, let's go, and I love my quarterback. Second week starting for me, we got Rivers. He's going to have to carry this team if I have a chance. I know Green Bay's a strong D, so he's going to have to really dink and dunk his way to a victory. Hopefully Luck gives me a chance with T.Y. Hilton. He's been underperforming this year. Believe it or not, I'm happy that I don't have to start Mike Evans. He's on the bye, and I'm actually happy about that. He's been nothing but a disappointment this year. I got Bryant, got some fresh legs in there. Marquise Wilson, if Alshon Jeffrey's out, he could get me he got me 20 points off the bench last week, which was huge. I don't like my chances with the Washington running back, so I put them both in. Which I've
Hoping
done.
they add up to what
10
Abdullah
points
scores.
maybe. Yeah. And they'll probably do nothing. They'll probably, like the last time, go to their third running back. Duke, I'm hoping for a bunch of catches. And I like that the matchup for us is our defenses are going head-to-head. And who's going to win that one? That should be an interesting matchup. On your side of the ball, I'm obviously really intimidated by Bell, especially with Vic in there. He's going to get you probably 30 points. Bennett, he's going to be a target monster. It's going to basically be going probably to Marquise Wilson and Bennett again. I'm not too scared of Steve Smith Sr. after the banged up back, although they're going against San Fran. That's scary. Edelman will probably be good. Dalton, I'm glad he's going against Buffalo. So both our quarterbacks are going against tough Ds. And as I stated in Unfinished Business, I got to tip my hat that you have an empty sign there. That is commendable. And who knows? Maybe your running backs on the bench will get you nothing anyway. But it's a bold move.
I'm sticking to my guns.
Oh, I'm gonna pick me, by the way.
I was gonna say you didn't pick who you thought was gonna win.
Me all the way.
All the way you? Why am I not surprised? Yeah, you got Phillip Rivers. He's dangerous versus Green Bay. I'm hoping those cornerbacks can put lockdown and Clay Matthews, and then will be smart enough to jam up Antonio Gates at the line and not let him go free like the Steelers did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Martavis Bryant is coming back for the first time.
Wild card.
He's the wild card, but I am predicting pretty bad things for Pittsburgh this week against Arizona. I'm sorry, they are just too talented of a team right now.
It's in Pittsburgh, though.
It is, but that defense is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And their offense is pretty good, too.
Yeah.
So, and we have Michael Vick, and we don't have Roethlisberger to make everything all similar.
Is Arizona undefeated?
I think they have one loss.
Okay.
I don't quote me on that one, though.
Okay.
But they're pretty damn good. The only way that I think Pittsburgh wins is if they repeat 2005 or whatever year was where they busted Carson Palmer's knee.
Oh, yeah.
Which I hope doesn't
In
happen.
the
That's a terrible
playoffs,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Probably the best Bengals team ever.
Mm-hmm.
And he threw a touchdown when he did that, too. I remember that. But anyway, back to the Bengals. Andy Dalton versus Buffalo. I'm hoping for that it's going to be a tough game. They got to throw the ball a lot, just like Cincinnati or Seattle. The question marks with Ruben Randall, Steve Smith, hoping they're healthy. But Julian Edelman should be a PPR machine against Indianapolis, which is always what I'm hoping for. Still can't believe he came to me at the lower part of the second round. And Abdullah versus Chicago, I'm thinking this is a breakout game for him. I'm hoping it's a breakout game for him, that he could score more than both your Washington running backs combined, which might be possible versus the New York Jets. And Bennett should have been a target machine last week, actually.
He was. He got a lot of targets.
Did he? Because I didn't get that many points.
No, I know he got a lot of targets. He just probably didn't catch a lot.
It was all like Marcus Wilson that actually got him. But I'm hoping that he is a PPR machine against the Detroit. Should get another touchdown. And Le'Veon Bell, I'm hoping he can get some work in. If he hurts the Arizona D a little bit, that's all right.
Yeah.
Just not too much. Unless he gets like 30 points, I'll take that. And Arizona D versus Pitt. And I think it's Arizona D versus Pitt and Edelman that'll put me over the edge. I'm taking myself, even with an empty running back slot. I'm that confident.
I hope you lose because we will never hear the end of it if you win.
And I will also never hear the end of it if somehow Duke Johnson Jr. wins it for you.
I know. It's just crazy that Arizona D is projected at 16 and Pittsburgh's at 6. Ugh.
Yeah, man.
Well,
have you seen who's on the Arizona team?
Yeah, they're awesome. Good luck to you, sir.
Good luck to you too, sir. My mortal enemy, according to Craig.
Yeah. And for the record, Craig, I am not out of it if I lose this game. I have needed 7 losses to be mathematically eliminated.
It's true. Next matchup, Dub C Hooligans versus Vanilla Jeff. This is a pretty good matchup. I'm going to be watching this one. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Quarterback troubles for Dub C. Who's he going to keep? Is he going to put Matt Stafford in or Marcus Mariota? That's a good one to think about. Vanilla Jeff, this is going to be great. I'm going to watch this game.
That'll be good.
Tom Brady versus Indianapolis, the whole Deflategate team.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Projected at 52 points.
I think he's going to, because Tom Brady, whatever, he's got that ego, and I think he's going to try to just completely crush that. I think he's going to get 70 points. Yeah,
I think they will not take their foot off the gas. They're gonna.
No.
He's gonna put the foot on the throat of Indianapolis, and he's gonna prove a point. Says, I don't need properly inflated balls or deflated balls to beat you. I am just that good.
Yep.
I am the god of quarterbacks. I should be on Mount Quarterback Rushmore. But yeah, then you look at the receivers, and once again the law firm of Hearns, Hankerson, and Cooks versus Cobb, Hopkins, and Decker. It's like almost the number 2 receivers of the teams versus the number 1 receivers of the teams. Because, I mean, at this point, maybe Brandon Cooks is the number 2 to Willie Snead, One-Eyed Willie. But we'll see. So, but Bean's only hope right here is he's got Forsett, Foster, and Woodhead, which is pretty good, I will add. He's got a good trio.
Yeah.
But Forsett has an ankle issue, so we don't know anything about yet. And Foster's still kind of warming up. Hasn't scored a touchdown, I think. But Gronkowski...
He could have a huge game.
I mean, and that's Brady to Gronkowski. Yeah. So Bean's probably like, throw the ball all day long to Gronkowski, man.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure, I can't remember, I think in the playoffs he did pretty much hurt them a lot.
Mm-hmm. I can see them going, hooking up for 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I could see that too. And Vanilla's got Larry Donnell, but as a tight end, I don't know. Do you see that catch he made Monday night to win the game?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Dude, what a beauty.
Yeah,
I can't believe he held on. He was looking at it in his hands the whole way as he was going down, and he was like, yes!
Yeah.
But and Forte versus Detroit should be pretty good. And You can't argue with. I mean, Houston versus Jacksonville defense should be pretty good, but you just can't argue with the New York Jets defense. They're so good, and they just got back. Literally, they just got back their best player from suspension, the defensive end guy, and he said it was killing him that they were winning without him. So he's pissed. He wants to make a mark. We're not even going to throw. I'm not going to talk about in depth about how Chris Johnson has got the fountain of youth, and he's just somehow he knows how to run again.
Everybody out in Arizona.
Yeah, it's Bruce Arians.
Yeah.
What a coach! The guy's bringing Chris Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald.
Palmer's playing really well.
Palmer, yeah, man. I mean, what the heck?
Yeah.
But hands down, I don't want to say I'm giving it to Vanilla Jeff. I want Bean to win because I want him to get back in there. I want him to get confidence. I want him to get talking. But man, Vanilla Jeff's team. If I had to look at it, if we're not even, I don't know, we're not in a half season mode yet. But he's got the best team I think in the league. So I'm picking Vanilla Jeff.
I mean, I'm sure Tree Size disagrees with that because he's 5-0 and all that, but I agree. Vanilla has the most dynamic, solid team from top to bottom, and
and look at buys aren't even hurting him this week.
And he's got nice backup quarterback with Eli Manning. Jordan Cameron's on the bench. That's nice. But yeah, he's definitely cobbling together a team that, very well could make the playoffs. I'm gonna give him that.
Cobbling?
Yes, he's cobbling it together.
Oh wow.
But I think that he needs to probably forget about Stafford because I'm sure he's afraid that after maybe one pick or maybe like 2 or 3 bad series, they're just going to yank him and put in a backup because they're 0-5. What do they have to lose at this point? It's like my team making crazy trades to get Phillip Rivers. Although it wasn't crazy, but it was crazy. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and then once you realize that you're dead, you just do something to plan for the future. So if I were him, I'd probably put Mariota in there, but we'll see what Dub C does. Forsett, he's really coming on strong, so if he can keep it going, he can get you some nice points. And Foster ever wakes up, that would be scary, but he has done really next to nothing so far. So until everybody shows up for real on his team, I'm not too scared. Hearns, we might be eating our words there. He's actually been proving himself in the last few weeks. But that's your top. If that's your top receiver, no one's really that scared. Because Hankerson's hit or miss. Cooks is usually a miss. And you got Gronkowski, number 1 tight end for sure.
Never a miss.
Never a miss. But yeah, I agree. The receivers for for Jeff plus Tom Brady gets this a win. Game, set, match.
Yeah, another agreement.
And the matchup of the week, we have Twerk Kabisic going up against the only undefeated team in the league, Possum Tony Romo Magic. He's wearing that jersey every week. I just see him sitting in his house. Kids are crawling all over him. He's got the Romo jersey on because he's trying to break that curse by wearing it. Power through, man. So he's on track to, again, maybe get the regular season champ, or will he blow it at the end? But getting into this matchup, first thing that's obvious is, why is 80-point McCown on the bench?
Guy's a stud.
Yeah. You got Tannehill going up against Tennessee, but you got McCown. Who's he playing against? Denver! Come on!
He can torch him.
He can torch Denver. And I know you're not supposed to play your defense and your quarterback the same week, but I say do it.
That's advice coming from an 0-5 owner.
Hey, if I would have done it, I would have won. You got A.J. Green, awesome receiver. Macklin, again, I was wrong. He's actually been legitimate every week. Sammy Watkins, not too crazy about that. Antonio Gates, you were laughing when he was catching those touchdowns there. I know it. And the Denver best defense of the year in terms of consistent points.
Yeah, true.
So he's got a solid team, 5-0. And then Josh, he is fighting just to stay in this. Is he 2-3 now?
Yeah, he is.
So he's fighting just to go 500. And he's got the oldest people in the league, and somehow he has a good chance at this. You got Fitzgerald and Johnson. Johnson coming off his 2-touchdown performance. You got Bernard, who's finally actually a really good option with Hill being subpar. Eifert, has been a really solid tight end. A little bit hit or miss, but when he hits, man, he's on. Cleveland D going up against Denver, and Denver D going against Cleveland. That's really tough. You got.
Right.
I like Denver in that matchup to get more points. Maybe not by a lot, but I definitely going to get more points. As much as I don't want to see it really happen, I think Treese is going to go 6-0. I think it is going to be a closer matchup than you would think, closer than the matchup suggests. And Treese is going to win, but McCown's going to completely outscore Tannehill from the bench.
Oh man, well I hope that'd be pretty funny if that's true, and maybe Ryan Tannehill will scream at him, "Enjoy collecting your backup quarterback check." What a jerk. Anyways,
Forgot about that.
yeah, I instantly hate him.
Yeah.
I hate his wife, everybody that is associated with that guy. Twerk Kabisik versus Possum Magic here. You left out Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers versus San Diego. If Michael Vick could throw a bomb to Marcus Wheaton, there's going to be a couple good plays for Aaron Rodgers to get
absolutely.
people open on.
Yeah.
Then you got Larry Fitzgerald versus Pittsburgh.
Hold on. Before you go any further, Aaron Rodgers could suffer from the same thing that Carson Palmer did, and that's like being too efficient and having a defense that steps up too much. That's what happened last week with the Rodgers. I mean, the defense helped carry him.
True.
So,
It could happen.
But it could be a shootout.
Could be a shootout. We'll know on Sunday.
Yeah.
But Larry Fitzgerald versus Pittsburgh Keenan Allen's ripping him. Antonio Gates and Fitzgerald will be in the slot,
Yep.
so he should definitely get his projected points in, maybe more.
Probably more.
And who knows? We say Benjamin sucks, but he keeps scoring touchdowns.
Yeah.
Old man Johnson rearing
touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, rearing his ugly head. Frank Gore got a touchdown. So now the old men are going to try to beat New England. And Yeldon's the bell cow versus Houston, and like you said, Eifert, monster tight end.
Yep.
He had 8 catches for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ridiculous.
Now he's going to be against Buffalo, though.
Yeah,
So.
true. But I fully support him. I support Bernard, knowing that Andy Dalton is the quarterback that I am supporting.
Of course.
Please pick up a kicker. I'm sure you already know this, and you have quite a few days to do it. Since we're going ahead of time here. Thanks to Craig's Disney hangover that was fueled by Mickey Mouse rum. But over on Possum's side, like you said, AJ Green, Macklin, Watkins, all 3 very qualified, if not arguably some of the top 10 receivers in the game. Ingram versus Atlanta, they might try to slow it down there just because they're so good at the offense. And Gates, man, 35-year-old fountain of youth.
Yep.
His legs are fresh.
100 touchdown.
Yeah, he might bowl over Clay Matthews, which I wouldn't mind. I like seeing that. And still, that Deion Lewis pickup, that's probably might be the best pickup of the year.
Possibly.
We might have to do like the half-point season
should.
rewards.
Yeah.
that might be a thing. Denver versus Cleveland. Man, it's at Cleveland. This could be the game.
It could be a good game.
Yeah. So
McCown's a good game manager.
he is a good game. You know what? I'm gonna pick. I'm picking Josh on the strength of Aaron Rodgers and Larry Fitzgerald.
All right.
So should be good luck to both of you.
Yeah, and good luck to all the teams. We're now pretty much nearing the halfway point. 13-game season. After this game, will be pretty much the halfway point, and we'll be able to do. Maybe next week we can do a little check-in on the halfway, maybe not awards, but maybe some
We can do like a
acknowledgments.
halfway point MVP or something like that.
Yeah.
Comeback player of the year.
Sure.
Maybe a couple of them. Best defense.
Biggest duds.
Best receiver. We could do like a category. We could do a little bit, just real quick.
Yeah, we'll throw something together.
Yeah, we'll put it together.
Yeah.
But so those are the matchups. Good luck to everybody. But most importantly, good luck to me.
Yep. And Craig, good luck putting that poster up. The Hail to the Thief. Does he have to put some? What else does he have to do? He's put something else away in the closet.
Oh, his TV VCR combo.
That's right. Get that cleaned up.
Yeah, it's good. And all the other boxes that are sitting out there, like I saw your box for like the 60-inch TV you have, probably the 1987 Nintendo that you have as well, and the 1989 Duck Hunt gun that you have.
That's great.
But yeah.
Well, before we go, I want to mention that we should do some quick predictions because we usually respond to things that Craig says in his video. And since we're doing this before his video, is there anything you would like to respond that Craig will probably say?
Craig will say, "How does Detling keep on winning when all his players get injured? I don't get it." That's what I predict. Of course, he'll probably hear this before he does the video. Usually, if he doesn't do it Tuesday night, he does it Wednesday morning.
Right.
My my answer to your prediction is, I don't know. It's a miracle
It
every
is.
time. I am definitely
He's a humble man.
I am a humble man. Getting very lucky here. I'm doing things wrong. Andy Dalton, I sit him. He scores 60-some points. I start Michael Vick, who I think got like 26 points. So it's a tuck and go here.
Yeah.
But I think I'm like fourth. I'm 4-1. That's all that matters. 3 more games to go.
I think that he will also bring out something about McCown to Tree for sure,
definitely.
and how if he had started him, he'd probably be close to one of the highest point totals of Tonto's Demise history, potentially.
That
he-
could be the highest quarterback point total ever.
It's possible. Peyton Manning probably has it, right?
I don't
Peyton
know
Brady.
with our system. Jeez.
I don't either. And he will also probably say something about what a heartbreaker loss it was for both him and the Detonators on Monday night. More so for me because it went down to the very bitter end.
Might say something about the curse.
Yeah, he'll definitely bring up something about the jersey and the curse, and maybe I'll be wearing the jersey. To which I will just say, please God, don't let that happen.
Brian will go back to church.
I definitely need to learn my manners when it comes to disrespecting the gods, the fantasy gods,
Yep.
and I've learned a lesson, hard lesson. But maybe
this isn't Mexico. You can't take somebody up to the top of a pyramid or whatever it is and just let them go and
That's right.
sacrifice.
I'm not out of it completely. So maybe if I show a little remorse, I will get my first victory against you, and then who knows what'll happen.
Yeah, could only go up from here.
That's right. Anything else on your side?
No, I know. It's looking bleak out there for some of you. This actually is kind of a crazy year so far. People are starting to separate themselves. Don't lose hope. People get injured all the time.
Yeah, we're looking at you, Jimmy. We're looking at you, Jut.
Looking at you, Brian.
Looking at myself in the mirror.
I'm looking at myself in the mirror.
What are you talking about?
Injuries.
You're 4-1. You're gonna make playoffs.
Yeah, but people get injured all the time, every week. I have injuries. It's ridiculous. And I don't know who else who really has had any significant injuries yet. The only thing close is like Craig having to deal with Ben Roethlisberger being hurt.
That's true.
That's about it.
That's true. And I will have to suffer Jamal Charles, but that's whatever. It's the straw that broke my back.
True. You calling yourself a camel?
I am.
Okay.
I
Okay.
am.
But so Halloween's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
We're almost in the middle of the year, middle of the month, actually. So we'll see what that's going to. And don't forget to tune in to our Thanksgiving podcast, where we pretty much mumble for 2 hours.
Are you previewing our Thanksgiving podcast?
Yeah. And these podcasts will be brought to you by Brian's own wife's personal website.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
I forgot about that.
what is the web address, Brian?
It's on Facebook as Crystal Armagost Studios. I'm not sure.
No,
Hold
it's
on,
not.
Hold on, no, it's
Hold
not.
on, we're gonna get
It's
confirmation.
It's Crystalla. That's www.crystallaart.com.
There's a dot between the www.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, did you? I didn't get it,
www.crystallaart.com. Check it out. We wouldn't be able to put these podcasts on if it wasn't for her website.
Her website.
State of Mind. They're not footing any more bills for us since they're out of business, so we got to do something.
True.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are supported by her artwork, her food, and her undying love for the Tonto's Demise fantasy podcast.
That's right. You ready, Detling?
I'm always ready, Brian.
Good.